All right, so to remind you how to find the missing side of a right triangle when you're looking for the hypotenuse, which is always the longest side that's across from the 90-degree angle. So this is always going to be C. And if you have values for A and B, such as 3 and 4, we can use the Pythagorean Theorem, which works with right triangles, to find the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the triangle. So you would do A squared plus B squared equals C squared, filling in the legs for A and B. 4 squared plus 3 squared will equal C squared, which is the missing number. So we're trying to find this. So 4 squared means 4 times 4, which is 16. 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is 9, equals C squared. 16 plus 9 is 25, which equals C squared. But again, we're looking for C, not C squared. So if we take the square root of both sides, you get 5 equals C, because the square root of 25 is asking what number times itself gives us 25, and the answer to that is 5. So the missing side over here is 5. Now, if you want to find a missing spot on the triangle that is not the hypotenuse, so let's say you have a triangle such as this, and you have 4, and you have 8, and you need to find the missing side, because this is the right triangle, or the right angle, which means that the hypotenuse is 8. So you still use A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Excuse me, sorry, that's an A. Okay, and we're still looking for A squared, so we just bring down the A squared, we're still looking for it, plus, this will be the B, so 4 squared, which is 4 times 4, which is 16, equals C squared, which is 8 squared, because the hypotenuse is 8, and the hypotenuse is always C. 8 squared is 64. Now, this is the part where people get stuck. We're still trying to figure out what A is. So I need to get that variable by itself. The way we get it by itself is applying an inverse operation like we do with the two-step equation. So you're going to subtract 16 from this side, subtract 16 from this side. Okay? Bring down A squared again. 16, take away 16 is 0. And then you have 64 minus 16, so you need to borrow. So A squared equals 48. So now again, we need to find what A squared is, or what A is, not A squared. So we're going to take the square root of both sides, which is asking what times itself gives us that. And we know that A times A gives us A squared. So A equals, and the square root of 48 becomes 6.9282032. Most of the time we're going to round to the tenths place. So you look at the very next number, because we want to leave a number in the tenths place. Very next number is a 2. If it's 5 or above, you round up. Otherwise, you leave it the same. So A equals 6.9.